Coronation Street's Daniel Osborne has been keeping a big secret, but tonight he was found out by Jodi Ramsey. The teacher told his father Ken Barlow he was headed to the Lake District for a break, but he's been secretly hiding out in his apartment. Meanwhile, Jodi has been asked to leave the street by David and Shona, with David convincing his wife that her sister brings nothing but trouble. With nowhere to go, Jodi snuck into Ken's house and overheard him say that Daniel was going away for a few days. After stealing Ken's key to Daniel's house, tonight, Tuesday, May 2nd, Jodi let herself in, not knowing that Daniel was still there. Daniel was shocked to find Jodi standing in his home when he emerged from the bathroom and quickly caught on that she had been planning to stay in his home while he was away. While Daniel initially told her to go, Jodi managed to convince him to let her stay after telling him that she had nowhere to go because things were complicated with David. Soon the pair were sitting together having a chat, with Daniel opening up about his problems at work and the fallout from his relationship with Megan. Jodi told Daniel that David came on to her and he had lied to Shona about it, telling his wife he'd mistaken Jodi for her. When Jodi then said she was going to find a hotel, Daniel offered to let her stay the night, saying he wouldn't mind her company. Is Daniel the next target for Jodi's scheming? The cobbles of Coronation Street were once again thrown into chaos as Daniel Osborne found himself trapped in a nightmare that threatened to destroy everything he had worked so hard to rebuild. For weeks, Daniel had been acting strangely. He was distracted at the cafe, distant with Daisy, and constantly checking his phone whenever a message came through. At first, everyone assumed he was struggling with stress after juggling work, family pressures, and his complicated love life. But deep down, Daniel was hiding something far darker, a secret that could ruin multiple lives on the street. The drama exploded when Jodi Morton returned to Weatherfield unexpectedly. Jodi arrived with a cold stare and unfinished business. She marched straight into the Rover's return, instantly silencing the pub. Her eyes locked onto Daniel, who nearly dropped his drink in shock. "You didn't think I'd stay quiet forever, did you?" she hissed. Daniel quickly rushed her outside before anyone could hear more. But Jenny and Daisy exchanged worried glances. Whatever was happening between Daniel and Jodi clearly wasn't good. Outside in the ginnel, tensions erupted. "I told you I needed more time," Daniel snapped nervously. "And I told you I'm done waiting," Jodi fired back. "You either tell them the truth, or I will." Daniel's face drained of color. Months earlier, Daniel had secretly helped Jodi cover up a devastating incident involving missing school funds during a charity education project. Jodi had panicked after accidentally misusing the money to pay off dangerous debts connected to a former partner. Instead of reporting her, Daniel quietly transferred money from a private account to cover the shortfall, believing he was protecting an old friend from destruction. But the lie spiraled out of control. Now the financial records were being investigated, and Daniel's involvement could cost him his teaching career forever. Back inside the pub, Daisy became increasingly suspicious. She later confronted Daniel at home after spotting dozens of deleted messages from Jodi on his phone. "Why is she threatening you?" Daisy demanded. "What have you done?" Daniel tried to brush it off, insisting it was nothing serious, but Daisy wasn't convinced. She had seen that terrified expression before, the same look Daniel wore whenever he was hiding something massive. Meanwhile, Jodi wasn't backing down. The next morning, she cornered Daniel outside the school and issued a chilling ultimatum. "You've got until tonight," she warned. "Either you confess everything to Daisy and the police, or I expose you myself." Daniel was left shattered. He knew the truth coming out would destroy his reputation and possibly send Jodi to prison too. But keeping quiet seemed impossible now. As word spread that Jodi had returned, gossip exploded across the street. Bethany overheard snippets of conversations, while Sarah began wondering if Daniel was cheating again. Even Adam Barlow noticed Daniel acting increasingly paranoid. The pressure became unbearable. That evening, Daisy finally pushed Daniel too far during an emotional confrontation in the flat. "I am sick of the lies," she shouted. Every time things get hard, you hide things from me. So tell me the truth right now. Daniel broke. Fighting back tears, he confessed everything, the missing money, the cover-up, the fake records, and Jodi's threats. Daisy stood frozen in disbelief. You committed fraud, she whispered. It wasn't supposed to go this far, Daniel pleaded desperately. I was trying to help someone. But Daisy was horrified that Daniel had lied for months while pretending everything was normal. You could lose everything, she said quietly. Your career. Bertie, us. Before Daniel could respond, there was a loud knock at the door. Daniel opened it to find Jodi standing there, alongside 2 police officers. Daisy's stomach dropped instantly. Jodi had gone through with her threat. One officer stepped forward calmly. Daniel Osborne, we need you to answer some questions regarding financial misconduct allegations. The entire street watched in shock as Daniel was escorted outside. Curtains twitched all along Coronation Street while whispers spread like wildfire. Inside the Rovers, the reactions were explosive. He's finished, Tracy declared bluntly. No one's perfect, Chesney argued, though even he struggled to defend Daniel's actions. Meanwhile, Daisy sat alone in the flat, completely heartbroken. Despite everything they'd survived together, she wasn't sure this relationship could recover. But the biggest twist was still to come. Later that night, Jodi secretly met with an unknown man in a parked car near the precinct. As she handed over an envelope stuffed with cash, her expression turned icy. It's done, she told him. Daniel's taking the fall. The mystery man smirked. Good. Now nobody will ever trace the money back to us. Suddenly, viewers realized Daniel may not be the true mastermind after all. And as Weatherfield descended into suspicion, betrayal, and fear once again, one question remained hanging over the cobbles. Was Daniel guilty, or had he just become the perfect scapegoat? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Crown ST.